Hello, hi. Welcome to another edition of Jay and Nina. And I'll be handling this session myself as my wife is not available at the moment due to some other engagements. So I'll be continuing from where we stopped last week. We're still talking about important things to discuss in a love relationship. We're looking at you're in a relationship with someone, things that you really need to look at, to talk about, to discuss, to really assess before you go in to marry such a person, so that at the end of the day, when you're married, you are not uh, you won't feel stuck, you won't feel confused, because to a very large extent you would have been able to understand how that individual behaves. So nothing really catches you unaware. So we're still on, things to talk about in a love relationship. Uh, I would use this opportunity to say a big congratulations to everyone who is in a relationship at the moment, headed for the altar. You know very well that this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Then a big congratulations to you. It's a major step in your life, and it is very important you do the right things. It's very important you ask the right questions, and I sincerely wish you all the best. I'll go straight to what we're talking about today. You remember 2 weeks ago we talked about finance. Last week we talked about uh, values. Yes, values. It's funny, I'm even trying so hard to we've talked about a lot of stuff. Then we handled several talks in different places. So today we're looking at temperament. Now, temperament is something very important, something that we need to discuss from time to time. In every relationship, if you do not really look at your temperament is basically, that thing that makes you act the way you do. Scientifically, it's linked with some hormones and all that, but basically, it's what makes you act the way you do, and then it's typically a definition of your character, of the human in you. So I'm the very quiet person. I didn't learn how to be quiet. It's just me. It's that thing I was born with. It's there. It's fixed. It's not like I had to pick it along the way. You don't pick temperaments along the way. You can only learn to act in another person's temperament. Like somebody's loud and you want to match the person, so you're talking. You also now want to talk loud. It doesn't mean you're a loud person. You might actually still be a very quiet person. So it's really the essence of your existence, the essence of your humanity. So in a relationship, you are to discuss your temperament. Uh, Basically, there are four dimensions to temperament, uh, four types. So you can group virtually all living humans under four, basic temperaments. We have the melancholics, the phlegmatics, the sanguine, and the cholerics. Uh, I would not dwell too much on the technicality on those temperament types, but I'll just we're talking about the fact that you need to discuss it. So it's something you need to talk about. You need to know your partner's temperament. Is my partner an introvert? Is my partner an extrovert? Now, because if you do not understand this, you would not be able to explain why your partner shouts a lot. You will not be able to explain shouting, like talking loudly. You may not be able to explain why your partner, in the midst of his friends, is the most quiet, and then he claims he's enjoying the company of his friends, but he's really very quiet. He's not saying much. You may not be able to explain. You may not be able to explain why your partner likes all his shirt hung in a particular direction, and then when you turn the hanger the other way, he flips. He's angry. He's pissed. You may not understand. You may not be able to explain why your partner, if you do not understand temperament, you may be able to explain why your partner gets super angry when his wallet on the table lands on the bed. or when he sleeps with his phone by his side and then he meets the phone on the floor. So they are all closely related to temperament. So you need to understand this. You need to be able to speak about it. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is where I stand. This is where my hormones. This is where they tend towards. This is what I love doing. This is what I find very annoying. This is what I find irritating. Personally, if I see dirt on the floor, it irritates me. If you have a trash bin and then one paper is on the floor beside it, I feel very, very pissed. It's annoying. That is me as a person. It's not like I have OCD. I may as well not polish my shoe when I'm going out. But there's just this thing with dirt on the floor. I don't like it. So it's an offshoot of the person that I am. Most people that are probably of my temperament would find it also a bit annoying or a bit out of place when that happens. Some other persons may not. They will just, go about their lives like that without bothering if something is on the floor. Pick it. If you don't want to pick it, leave it. So, but, understanding your temperament will go a long way. Now, I mentioned melancholics, phlegmatics, sanguine, and cholerics. Now, these 4 temperament types, you can, go online, browse about it, read up on it. Very exciting. 2 of them are basically introvertish, and then 2 are extrovertish. Melancholics and phlegmatics are introvertish, while sanguines and cholerics are extrovertish. So that means that if I'm a melancholic, I would naturally be reserved. I won't be the vivacious type. I won't be the life of the party. I would, be the cool, quiet guy. Same thing with being a phlegmatic. My clothes are crisply ironed and everything. I'm a near perfectionist. So that's just me. But if I'm a sanguine, I'm the funny guy. I'm the comedian of the team. I'm the one who likes having fun, gather people and then we're laughing loudly and I crack all the jokes. I don't take life seriously. I don't take things too hard. And then, I'm the funny guy of the team. I'm an extrovert. If I'm choleric, I'm also an extrovert, but then I'm a bossy kind of extrovert. I have the perfectionist thing, but I enforce. I am most times the leader of the team. I want to make sure everything goes according to plan. I want to make sure that we all follow if it's in a team, I'm making sure that we all follow job description and ensure that we do our jobs perfectly. And in doing that, I tend to control. I could be controlling. I might not be too annoying, but then I step in and I'm looking, what's not done yet, what's not, why didn't you do that, why didn't you do that? And then it could also spill into your relationship. You have this bossy kind of partner. Why are you not sitting there? Get up. You should be, it's not good there, you should be there, blah, blah, And then they think, why is this guy so bossy? It might just be his temperament. You now have to talk about it, understand it, and then see how to work with it. All the temperaments have their advantages and disadvantages, really. If you think, I want somebody then that is a melancholy, quiet, you might get a moose. You might get someone who is probably not, let me know his language, stupid. It's just like the Niger will say Dundee. But it's a melancholy, it's just quiet there, but it could now, there's a negative part of it. It could be someone who easily gets lost in thoughts and you're talking and then is thinking about fried rice and salad and you're wondering, we're talking about something very important here, but that is him. He quickly, he can quickly switch and then switch his thoughts somewhere, while probably the sanguine guy can also switch. He's very good at switching, but not just, he would switch, make you understand that he has switched, and then he has forgotten what you're talking about, and he would just make a joke out of it. So, but in relationships, I would say this, not as a rule of thumb, but for those of you in relationships and who are listening right now and hoping, okay, let me pick something from here. If you're a melancholic guy, you are the introvert, you're quiet. A melancholic man and a melancholic woman are naturally compatible. Like, they're most likely to fall in love. The quiet guy will also want the quiet girl. Don't give me stress. I don't like what I like in my life. So it's normal to find melancholic men and melancholic women getting married. they marry, they can, they are naturally compatible. And when they marry, most times they are the least, likely to divorce, because in essence, the man is not giving the woman stress. So everybody just easy. There might not be too much fun and spark in the home, but we're fine. We're just cool. How is madam? She's good. How's your husband? Oh, he's fine. And then when you get home, hi babe, how you doing? And then there is no fire, no vibe going on there in the house. So, but of course, they are fine. So those are, melancholic, that kind of relationship. Now, on the other hand, let me move to the extrovert part. The sanguines. The sanguines are the fun-loving people. They are social. They are outgoing. So typically, a sanguine will be attracted to any other personality types, because in the party, the sanguine is the life of the party. So he's not even bothered about people's temperament. If a sanguine enters into a birthday party, he will chat up with everybody. He will not just shake you, hug you. He's that boisterous. So it's not really, and they do it without thinking. They're not thinking, does this guy want his space? Does this lady want her space? They just go all out. Hey, Alpha, Oga, Anna, babe, you're looking beautiful. He doesn't even know her before. And then that's the sanguine guy. The guy now. Or even if it's a girl, the other way around. They are fun loving, they are the life of the party, so they can easily, move with, get attracted to anyone from any of the other temperament. Now, the only thing that might happen is they could be a little bit, they run the risk of getting disappointed, because at the end of the day, they expect that you would also vibe with them on that same frequency. And then maybe for one reason or the other, you're not able to, But when two sanguines, that's two bubbly people, get attracted to each other, it may end up, like a real exciting, happy relationship. The only problem that would happen would be most times externally, because he's bubbly, she's bubbly, they go out, he bubbles everywhere, and the lady bubbles to the other side, and then one could start feeling, be careful the way you're relating with that person and all that. So they find more issues with that. So if you're probably melancholic as a guy, and then you find out that you're also concerned about maybe how your bubbly wife is relating with somebody else, you could have a bit of sanguine in you then. You could be male sang, there's a blend in you. So understanding this helps. So when you know clearly yours, and then you understand your partner's own, every action or reaction is easily explained. You just calm down. There's some things my wife would do, and then I would just calm down. I'll just believe, well, that's her. And then she's more bubbly and more exciting than myself. I could talk for hours, but she may not talk for hours. But when she gets involved in discussion, it's lively, it's fun, and it's all loud and there. And I understand. So even if I decide to keep quiet as the introvert that I am, and I'm just watching, I understand. Nothing really gets me on my nerves, because fine, I know, okay, I'm primarily a melancholic, so I understand. But over time, I've also learned to relate with people. So the small sanguine part of me sometimes comes up again, and people are like, "Are you sure you're an introvert? You can't talk, oh, you can make people laugh. You should pass for a comedian." Okay, I can't. But I know myself. I know my primary traits. I know the secondary. I know those ones that are a bit latent. So understanding that goes a long way. Back to the introvert, the phlegmatic. The phlegmatic has no fear of rejection. He's a quiet person too, but it's not. The melancholic could have fear of rejection. The phlegmatic doesn't have fear of rejection. He can handle hostile people. He's quiet, but he can handle hostile people, people that are unaffectionate. So the phlegmatic is calm, is easygoing, is not plagued with emotional outbursts, is calm all the way. The melancholic can burst out. I do it sometimes, where I just get all emotional and I start talking, and you're just venting, you're just being emotional about this thing. Yeah, it is me, it just came out even when I don't want it to. But for the phlegmatic, it can stay super calm all the way. So it's not You don't find him busting out emotionally from time to time like the melancholics could do, even though he's, introvertish as well. He doesn't have exaggerated feelings. If he doesn't feel it, he doesn't say it. He doesn't. It's not artistic in his mind. It's not graphical about his love language. Some people, they are just so expressive and everything. Even a melancholy guy could be expressive, very artistic in his, he can I'm planning how to surprise my wife, and then he puts this. Phlegmatic might not. It's just super calm. Anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, you really don't find it in him. It comes, it goes. You do something to him, you might not even talk about it, but he has forgotten about it. He has forgiven you as well. He's not bitter. It doesn't resent. It doesn't have resentment. So that is some of the characteristics of the phlegmatic guy. So, girl. So if you're relating with one, then you understand why you've offended him. You've offended him, and then he's not even talking about it, but he has forgiven you. So you don't start thinking, this one is taking me out now. It's risky, because I know I did something bad. He didn't talk about it. Once you know he's a phlegmatic, he has forgiven you, and he's gone. There might not be any emotional outburst. If you want to talk about it, you would sit down calmly and say, okay, yeah. After talking, you might even cut each other and say, why are we talking about this? I have forgiven you. I have forgotten this. So it's very important. And then I would also need to point out that sometimes we share temperament. I do this and I do this and I do that. So one is primary, one could be secondary. And then finally, for the extrovert now, I've talked about melancholic, sanguine, phlegmatic. Then to the last part, the cholerics. The cholerics are naturally, they are born leaders. They are bossy. They are I've said they're extroverts obviously, and they are very ambitious. So you have this guy that is super close to his work. It could be, he's just focused on his work. He doesn't even talk too much about it. But he's just busy. He wakes up in the morning. He has a regimen, how he runs his morning, goes to work, come back, and then gets on the system, does this, go to church, come back, and he just seems very structured. It would likely be a blend. If he's now super calm, it will likely be a blend of a phlegmatic and a choleric. If he's a bit rambunctious, it could be a choleric primarily, then phlegmatic, secondarily. So you understand them for the fact that they are born leaders. In church, they take responsibilities. At home, they take responsibilities easily. It comes fluidly. If there's to be an association in your neighborhood, is willing to become the chairman, is willing to become the chief whip to enforce, so they are born leaders. They lead very well. They could be very ambitious. They set targets, and you must meet targets. So if you have a partner who probably starts giving you targets, it could happen. It could just be a choleric, and understanding that temperament, you now be able to work with it. If it's something you need to address and say, I needed to dial it down with a few notches, then yes, you can talk about it, dial it down with a few notches, and then you're good. So basically, these are the temperaments, and then how they affect us. So when you understand, it's something you need to know yourself, and then when you get into a relationship, study the other person and have an open table discussion on it. Okay, so what temperament are you? What do you like doing? What character traits do you possess? Then you can use that to harmonize the relationship you share. You can use that to create a closer bond between yourselves, and and in so doing, you build a stronger relationship that is based totally on understanding. And I hope to God that your relationship will stand the test of time. And on this note, I would like to end the session for today and encourage you to join us again next week Friday, same time, same station. That's the way they say it. So join us same time next Friday, and don't forget to like, to comment, to subscribe. And when you subscribe, click on the bell button at the top so you can always get notified when we have new videos up for you. Feel free to also ask us questions and suggestions on things you feel we need to talk about. We try to be very real, relatable as it happens around us, and we will definitely look into those topics and and trash them. Do take charge and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.